I flew business class for half the price, but was it actually worth it? This journey took 33 hours across 3 different flights, 2 airlines, and some unexpected surprises. Today, I'm taking you inside Lufthansa and Cathay Pacific's business class from Edinburgh, Scotland to Melbourne, Australia. Did I score the deal of a lifetime, or was it a colossal waste of money? This flight usually costs £4,000 in January, but thanks to Skyscanner, I managed to snag it for £2,000 during peak season. Sounds like a steal, right? Well, not so fast. Let's get into it. First up, check-in was a breeze. Security was quick, and then I hit the Aspire Lounge. Modern, clean, and decent food. But USB ports were completely useless and the toilets not great, but it still made for a solid place to wait before my first flight. Then came boarding, and wow, was there absolute chaos. People were standing in random spots, blocking lines. Lufthansa, you really need to work on this. And here's where expectations versus reality really hit. Lufthansa's short-haul business class, it's just an economy seat with an empty middle seat. In the first row, armrests are fixed, which makes the middle seat pretty much useless. But from the second row onwards, you could lift the armrests for a bit of extra space. I got a whole row to myself, but if you're picking a seat, go for the first row for leg room. But if you want a little bit more seat width, go for the second row or onwards. Then the food arrived. Some kind of chicken and bean salad, a warm bread roll, and a surprisingly nice apple crumble cake. I didn't get a menu, so I'm guessing on that one. Service was rushed. No explanation of what we were eating. Entertainment, there was none. Charging ports, none. For a short haul flight, economy is the way to go. Just grab a meal deal from Pret and you'll be having their business class experience for a quarter of the price. But what about the Frankfurt lounge? Is it really as impressive as they say, or just another crowded airport waiting room? Now, this is where business class actually started to feel like business class. The Lufthansa lounge in Frankfurt was massive. There was plenty of seating, there was a lie down area and showers, but the food was bland. And those pretzels were criminally dry. I can say that after eating about 3 of them in the 6 hours I was sitting in there. So yeah, with 6 hours to kill, I tried to make the most of it. The lounge was quiet, the bathrooms was clean, and honestly, the best part, actually working charging ports. Small victories, right? If you've ever flown business class, did it actually feel like an upgrade, or was it overhyped like this? And if you haven't, does this look worth the price to you so far? Let me know in the comments, because on our trip, while the lounge was decent, the real question is, does Lufthansa's long-haul business class flight actually make this ticket feel worth £2,000? Let's find out. I boarded smoothly, was greeted by name, and got champagne, which I skipped for water. The lie flat seat was a bit narrow and firm. More cushioning would have been nice. Entertainment had tons of movies, but TV shows, there weren't that much of a selection. And the remote, cool concept, but not the most user-friendly. And my headphones kept cutting out. You gotta love that. The service was fantastic though. The food was so good, but the real problem was the landing. We spent ages circling Hong Kong, hitting intense turns that made me genuinely nauseous. It was not the smoothest experience, but I still had one more leg to go. Would Cathay Pacific business class redeem this journey, or would it be the final straw? At this point, after 2 flights and over 20 hours of travel, I was done. No lounge review. I just went straight to the gate. Cathay Pacific's business class, a mixed bag. The lie flat seat was cramped. The recline malfunctioned the entire flight, and not just for me, several others were battling their seats too. The legroom was meh, but the width was awful. The entertainment systems lagged like it was stuck in the early 2000s, and my USB port completely dead. The flight attendant, to her credit, handed me an adapter as an alternative, only to take it back 20 minutes later. Business class, more like premium economy with trust issues. The food was a mix here. The tuna salad smelled a little bit off, but the avocado toast breakfast, oh my gosh, was that amazing. Also, service was slow. Hitting the call button was pointless, but the landing, perfect. Smoothest of the entire trip. Now let's break break it all down. Was this experience actually worth the £2,000 that I paid? Let's talk numbers. So I scored an absolute steal thanks to Skyscanner. And no, this is not a promotion for them. But would I ever fork out full price for this? Honestly, no way. Unless you can cash in some points or snag a deal like I did, the only real perk here should be the lie flat seat. But let's not forget it was temperamental at best. And let's be real, if you're paying full price, why settle for a half-baked experience? For just a bit more, you could be sipping champagne in a real top-tier quality business class with Qatar, Singapore Airlines, or even Emirates. Now that's getting your money worth, isn't it? Or is it? Speaking of, now that you've seen what Lufthansa and Cathay Pacific business classes are really like, you're going to want to see what a true 5-star experience really looks like. Because trust me, there's a big difference between paying for luxury and actually getting it. I break it all down in my Singapore Airlines business class review. You can click it right here and I'll see you there.